So last week, my dark horse in music, and also, kind of one of my top artists in the recent years, Rich Brian, also previously known as Rich Chigga, part of the 88 Rising Asian group. Shout out 88 Rising. But he released a track last Friday, and I was under the impression that it was an album, so that's why I kind of just waited off. I wanted to get the whole Rich Brian experience. But apparently it was just a track. His album is actually coming out next month, the same day, just next month. So I apologize if I'm a little late. Also, I did a little hiatus too, so I was kind of away from the videos, away from YouTube, so I apologize for that. But Rich Brian has a track titled Yellow featuring Beckon. Man, I gotta tell you, man, Amen was one of my secret albums of the year last year. I caught myself coming back to it and taking some tracks from it. It wasn't I think it was in my honorable mentions, I believe. If it wasn't in my honorable mentions, it was literally on the borderline of my honorable mentions, just because I felt like it just didn't have the consistency enough to be a top album of the year. But there was definitely some gems in that album where I was kind of just like, yo, this shit is fire. Tracks like Introvert with Joji, another artist from 88 Rising, I definitely enjoy. You guys showed me Joji previously. I still haven't listened to Pink Guy, but from listening to Sad Boy Joji, he is fire in his own lane. And then he also had another track called Cold that's on my playlist. It's on my Spotify playlist as well, which is crazy, man, because that track, I felt like if this track could be like Cold, or if his future music could be like Cold, he could definitely make something special with that. Another track was See Me. That was his lead single off of the album as well. So had a lot of singles on there that really grabbed my attention, but it was just a lot of tracks too where I was kind of just like, skipped it. Kind of got old after a couple listens. I really didn't want it. So I'm just hoping this new project, like I said, he goes into the Cole thing, what he did with Cole, or he just tries something new, gets very creative. I don't care what he really does. It's as long as the production is good. And then I love his voice. I love Rich Chigga voice. Rich Chigga got a crazy ass deep voice. Not a lot of people are blessed with Barry White voice. All right. So we're going to keep it like that, man. So like always, been fucking talking too much. We got Rich Chigga. Damn, my bad. Rich Brian, because you gotta get Yellow featuring Beckon. Y'all ready? How do I disappear without any... Is that Beckon or Rich Brian? Get a comment below, let me know. Is that Rich Brian or is that Beckon? I need to know. Hold on. Beckon sound like a female. So if that's Beckon in the background chords, then that means my guy Rich Brian out here with the goddamn vocals. Close your eyes. Ooh. Please don't call the reverend. I don't need no help. Bury me a legend. I'ma take the day myself. Hey. Either do or die. Don't even try to save my life. Oh, hold on. Oh, that nigga Rich Brian. Rich Brian, bro. I see what. Trying to save my life. Bro, Rich. Okay, Rich. It actually sounds weird because my best friend, his name is Rich. So when I kind of say that, I'm like, Rich. I'm like, ugh. Hey, Rich Brian, man, you got something here, bro. You got something. You might, I was about to say Auto-Tune Brian is kind of creative, but you with the vocals right here, you might be onto something. Yellow. That's a great point. Me being half, the reason why I fuck with 88 Rising so much is I always tell y'all is I'm half Asian. If y'all ought to know that, I'm half Filipino. I'm a Filipino. If y'all don't know what that is, Filipino and black. I'm Filipino. So I love the 88 Rising. When a lot of people told me that they support different Asian artists on the come up, different Asian rappers, singers. They're kind of building their own empire. I thought that was really cool. Look, us Asians, we swaggy as fuck by default. I try to tell y'all, no matter what, even if we don't, even when we nerdy, we swaggy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, name a time when you seen a bum ass Asian, and I'll wait. Regardless, man, this man Rich Brian Yellow, I just actually put it together because Asian people are referred as yellow skinned. I mean, that's just, I don't know why we look yellow, but I guess, I say it's more creamy, if anything. No fucks if you don't fuck with my shit. My 50 stages and no 50 stage bitch. I did it all without no I can understand now why a lot of people were saying, listen to Yellow Dev, listen to Yellow, man, you're gonna love this track, because y'all, after y'all been with me now for 3 years, 2.5 years, whatever it is, you guys been with me for this long, and you guys are starting to learn more and more about me just through these YouTube videos. You guys don't know all of me, but you're starting to learn a little bit more of me each and every video. Y'all know I love that slow shit. I love classical sound. I love production, just no matter what anyway. Like, so whenever you have a great, you know, beat, you know, great sounds, everything coming together as one, I just love that shit, man. I think a production plays a great role into what makes a track great, not just lyricism. Sometimes you need more than that, because you can be a corny ass motherfucker. I always say that you can be a corny ass motherfucker on a fire beat and sound good. Or you can be the most lyrical person on the planet on some trash beat, you know, and the song just doesn't mesh well together and it's just trash. So it all has to come together. You know, it's 50-50. It's a team right there. You know, production plus, you know, vocals, wordplay, whatever you want to call it. This track right here, man, I love how Rich Brian was singing. You know, I think that's the key point here. That's the kind of like, everybody's like, whoa, what did Rich Brian do? Like, whoa, this is new from Rich Brian. Like, he's actually singing. He did a little bit of singing on Amen, but not to this extent. Like, this is actually Rich Brian in his bag right now. Like, you know, actually showing, you know, different voice inflections, showing that he can hit different notes. I like this Rich Brian. I like what he's doing right here. I don't know if I could take a whole album of this, but if he could just put this in certain tracks, you know, here and there, I'm definitely fucking with it. I think also having Beckon on here, because Beckon is a female, because I heard a female in the background. So I'm assuming, that's why I assumed that Rich Brian was singing, because that couldn't be a girl, because a girl, it wasn't, you know, yeah. I was gonna say this. I think that Rich Brian, and then even the auto-tune, I loved how he sounded on the auto-tune. The auto-tune wasn't too distorted, wasn't too much auto-tune taking over his voice, so I kind of love that as well. I just love the whole track in general, man. You get to the end of the track too, he has that classical shit going on, man, with all the instruments, and sounds like a goddamn Final Fantasy menu, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You get up at the Final Fantasy menu, you be sitting there listening to the music. I love that ending, man. It kind of just lets you sit there and lets the music serenade you, and just kind of just sit there and just, like, you know, let the music go into you, you know, kind of just enjoy it. You know, hearing what Rich Brian, after what he said in the beginning of the track, you know, everything, you know, like I said, the track was titled Yellow, and we all know that Asians are referred to yellow skin, you know, most Asians at least. I know Filipinos are kind of darker than most Asians, you know, we're kind of like the Mexicans of Asia, they like to call us, you know, but, you know, I know that a lot of Asians are referred to as yellow. I heard a couple lines in there where I kind of just hit me, where he was like, you know, I did this, you know, y'all can't take this away from me. 50 states, 50 songs, 50 states. That was cool as well. So Rich Brian, man, you keep doing your thing, dog. Like I always say, like, I'm supporting you, man. 88 Rise, I'm supporting him as well. I think that Rich Brian is going to do his thing. I think that we're past the Rich Chigga or that stick. You know, he's not a one-hit wonder. I think a lot of people are starting to, you know, he's still underrated, even though he has a great fan base, and people aren't, you know, not really understanding his vision. So just take a listen to Rich Brian, man. Take a listen to a lot of those Amen tracks again. They might hit you, and we're gonna keep it like that, man. Get in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the track. Let me know what's your favorite part. Let me know if you love Rich Brian singing. And let me know if you like his auto-tune voice rather than his regular voice. Get in the comment box below. Don't forget, follow me on social medias. Let me know what you want to hear. Like the video if you liked it. This will go on my playlist. That's what I'm going to do right now. I always got to remind myself, because if I don't remind myself, I won't actually go back. I will go do something else, and, you know, I just forget, bro. I can't focus on anything ever. So I always try to do it when I'm doing the video. So just a reminder to myself. But yeah, man, if you like the video, like the video, follow me on social medias, let me know what you want to hear, and until the next time, it's going to be out. Peace.